competitions.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Are you okay?
Oh my god.
Martin's barking.
I literally just short-circuited. That was terrible. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to episode 8 of Game Changers.
Hello.
We're back in person.
Yes, we're on the couch.
We're on said couch, which is actually going to change.
Yes.
And so is this
The
light.
setup's gonna look a little different.
Kelsey's making this place her own. She can't wait.
Can't wait. New light in the back, new couch.
It's going to be really fun.
We're all about to have a great time.
That's for damn sure. We got a lot of stuff today.
We got a lot to talk about.
We're doing another Olympics.
Big Olympics episode.
Huge.
But before we do that, we have some things we have to get out of the way. What? Not you swinging it around like that.
Presented by Playback. Watching sports is more fun with others, but we spend too much of our time watching alone. Playback is a virtual space where communities can stream live sports together with everyone perfectly synced up. Creators can hop on stage, deliver their own play-by-play analysis and commentary, and invite viewers up for a Q&A. Playback makes watching sports fully interactive and a social experience.
Not experiment.
Every fucking time. From playing fantasy sports, repping your favorite players and teams, and watching the commenters and communities you care about, win or lose, sports are best enjoyed together.
Amen.
Join our community by going to playback.tv/ETB network to find out more, including our live stream schedule.
Mm-hmm.
One
we
day.
promise we're gonna get on there. We've
yes.
been meaning to, and we haven't done it.
One day.
One day we'll be on
I'm gonna
Playback.
nail this.
Perhaps the gold medal game.
Perhaps.
Except if it's this weekend, I can do it.
Sab's been mobile as frick lately.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm now back.
Oh, also story time for those that care. You know how last week I was like, I'm sick. Your girl had strep. I was like actually sick. I didn't even know it. And then basically they just told me that I was fine, but I knew I wasn't fine. And then I went back to the doctors and complained again. And then they told me that I was fine. And I was like, no, I'm not fine. And then they wanted to COVID test me. And then the person finally looked down my throat. And she was like, has anyone looked in your throat yet? I was like, no. She was like, you got strep. I was like, oh, okay. Turns out I have strep C. Didn't know there was more than one type of strep. But now you know.
The more you know.
Cheers.
And on top of all of that, including Kelsey's medical drama, you can find Game Changers wherever you get your podcasts. You can also watch it on YouTube, youtube.com/ETB network, where it will premiere. So don't miss that. You can also follow us at Game Changers ETB on all social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter/X, and Facebook. I forgot Facebook the last couple weeks, I feel like. We have a Facebook account. So hit us up if you're a Facebook fan.
I did not know we had Facebook.
You gotta get with the program.
Do.
All right, housekeeping out of the way. Let's talk about the Olympics, babe.
Oh my gosh. Literally, we were like talking about what we should talk about this week. And I was like, Sav, I really want to talk about the Olympics again because this shit happens once every 4 years. So I don't feel bad about doing a back-to-back Olympic episode because then you get a break from that for 4 years.
Exactly. So
okay.
we have to get it done.
We're jumping in.
I'm having a sip of my Capri Sun. Oh, my Capri Sun.
It's so
I've
good.
Joined the dark side.
It's not the dark side. It's a lovely place. It's a magical land. As soon as that first sip feeling, oh my god.
Well,
so good.
as we talked about a little bit before we started rolling, I was team Juicy Juice growing up. Any Juicy Juice fans out there?
Nah, you know what I was a fan of? Do you remember the juice boxes? It was when Cars 3 was coming out, and they would. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Wait, you don't?
No. What juice? What juice?
There's a juice box, and then juice box with cars. Juice box cars.
You know what? This is a moment.
No, the juice box turned into a car. It turned into one of the. God, why isn't it showing up? It was like when Cars 3 dropped, and then it was like different flavored of juice boxes turned into the car, and then you got to like when you finished it, you would take the straw and then. Come on.
Can't say I'm with you there, babe. This is like a moment. You know the Basement Yard, that podcast. All right. Well, they were talking about Pop-Tart flavors, and they were like, "What's your favorite Pop-Tart?"
This!
Whoa!
It was Juicy Juice!
Oh, well, I wasn't drinking Juicy Juice when Cars came out. I was a little too old.
How heard you say that.
Because I was.
You're 1 year older than me.
And? I'm old and decrepit these days.
I was not too old. I'm right on par.
Anyways, as I was saying about the Basement Yard, which is another podcast, they had a clip where they were talking
Is
about
that the two
Pop-Tart
dudes?
flavors. Yeah, they were talking about Pop-Tart flavors. And he was like, "What's your favorite Pop-Tart?" And he's like, "Well, if you really want to know my answer, it's the one that came out in the collaboration with the Spider-Man movie." That was that moment we just had. It was our version of that.
Wait, is that the two guys? One of them has like a lisp.
I don't know. I don't think he has a lisp.
Is it like the white guy and the light skinned guy?
No.
I don't know who you're talking about then.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Olympics!
Yeah.
All right. So, where are we starting? We starting with gymnastics?
Front and center, baby.
Front and center. Gymnastics update, baby.
All right, here's my ramble on the gymnastics.
Give it
It's
to
got
us.
a whole lot of something. Simone Biles, still the GOAT. If you didn't know,
Now you know.
get with it. She wore the GOAT necklace. I mean, come on. She wore the GOAT necklace actually for two different reasons. She said one, because she likes it and she thinks it's cool that people are referring to her as the greatest of all time. And then the second reason why she wore it is because people don't think she deserves the title of greatest of all time, so she wore it to piss them off. And I think that is GOAT
Even
status.
better.
Like,
Even
I
better,
think
yeah.
that's even better. So Simone Biles is the GOAT. She won 3 gold medals and 1 silver. She was really hoping to get another one on beam, but
Everybody was falling off the beam.
everyone was messing up on beam, and I watched a thing afterwards as to why they think they did bad on beam, and it's because Simone said that for some reason they were telling other people to, like, shh, basically, and she was like, why are they telling the fans to be quiet? Like, we like when the fans are loud, because she said then, like, her and Suni were saying that when they get on beam, like, if they can hear themselves breathe or if they can hear themselves think, like, they're gonna do it bad. So they need, like, the other noise, and they essentially said they didn't have it, and then everyone was just doing bad.
I learned that the balance beam is the thickness of an iPhone.
4 inches.
Or I guess the width. I guess not. This would be thickness. The width.
Yeah, my phone I think is more than 4 inches, but
I don't really know.
yeah,
It's an approximation.
which is crazy. So yeah, that is my Simone Biles little ramble. Next, we have Suni freaking Lee.
Did you see? She posted TikTok. Well, there's a TikTok trend going on.
Oh yeah, unfortunately I was.
Yeah. So where people are like, unfortunately, I was not selected to go
Mhm.
to the Paris Olympics, and it's videos of them just like hitting their heads on diving boards or like falling off of gymnastics equipment. So, Suni did it.
Yes.
And she was like, unfortunately, I was selected.
And it's her eating it
the
on
video
beam.
of her, eating it, falling off the beam.
I don't know. This is like, I'm gonna get crucified for saying this, but
That's okay.
I did not expect Suni Lee to do as well as she did.
Interesting. Like in general.
Like, I for some reason thought that, like, the ranking of the team, like, I didn't think in medal count it would have gone like Simone and then Suni. I thought that maybe Jade or Jordan were gonna be there. I don't know why I didn't put 2 and 2 together with Suni, but like, it just makes so much sense as to why it was her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just me being stupid.
Well, we did talk about it last week. If you didn't watch last week's or listen to last week's, go do that and then come back. We did talk about how it's kind of dumb that only the 2 best get to go.
Yeah, it is dumb. So yeah, Suni Lee, she won 1 gold and then 2 bronze. And there's one video when she realized that she was medaling for her all around, and she was so shocked. She was like, "Wait, really? I actually got it?" And I was like, "Oh my god, that's the best thing ever." Also, she's just crushing it on TikTok right now. She's like so sweet.
Mm.
And there's also that picture of her and Devin Booker going around, and that so cute. So cute. Jordan Childs won 1 gold and bronze. If you
Controversial bronze, low key.
I like cried watching that video. How did you not get emotional?
Of
Watching
course you
her
do, yeah.
cry like that, and then watching Simone like run up to her and be like, shut up.
Yeah.
And then they're all just freaking out because she went from 5th. So if you don't know,
This is why it's controversial.
if you don't know, what basically happened was Jordan was doing her floor routine and they put her in 5th, and her coach basically was just like, you can put in like an inquire, or you can inquire about a score essentially, which basically means if you think that your skills were X amount of points because they were that much harder, and then the way that they tallied them up with the deductions, if you think that they didn't tally up correctly with how difficult your parts were, you can basically put an inquire, and then you like basically get to fight the score. And so her coach was just like, it was actually Simone's coach went up to Jordan's coach and was like, you should see if you can put an inquire in. And so she was like, okay, I went, and she went over, and then Jordan's like, what's going on? And they were just like, oh, we're just gonna see what happens, because like, what's the worst that can happen? Mm-hmm. Like, we don't really entirely agree with it. We think it was a little tough. And then Jordan was like, all right, didn't think anything of it. And Jordan just kept looking at the screen, just only kept looking at it. And the video is like, Simone's like drinking water, Jordan's like drinking Powerade and like putting it back, and the coach actually has her back turned, and then just like starts screaming and jumping, and then someone's like, shut up. And she got bumped from 5th to 3rd, which means she medaled.
Yeah, and the girl who was going to medal, I believe she was from Romania.
Romania, yeah.
And, like, she was all excited. She had her flag. She was jumping up and down. She was crying because she was so excited.
She had the flag. Oh, I felt so terrible.
But obviously because Jordan moved up to 3rd, this girl got bumped to 4th. Yeah. And you got to see, like, the absolute devastation of, like, being so close. But just not close enough.
Nope.
But
so then basically what we said before, everyone messed up on beam. It was just too quiet. Jordan Childs did a big announcement yesterday. She announced on the Today Show that she is now going back to UCLA to be a Bruins once again, and she's going to compete for her last 2 years and compete at the collegiate level.
Good for her.
Which, this is such a 50-50 with this. This either means one of two things, which is like, yeah, most people can see any situation like that. But what this means is either she's done and doesn't want to go back for another Olympics, and she just wants to finish up collegiately, get her degree because, like, it's free, essentially. Mm-hmm. Get her degree and just say that she, finished on a high note. Or she's doing it to stay in shape because she does want to do her 3rd, which is a whole other thing. I would love to see her. I don't know. How old is Jordan Childs? We said it before.
She's probably like 21 or 22.
Yeah. I would love to see her back in it because I think we could have seen more of her this Olympics. Suni Lee, I would not be surprised if she goes back to Auburn and competes there, and same thing. I would love to see Suni go again. Mm-hmm. I think job's not done with her either. And then you also need to know Simone. If Simone's done, so yeah, Jordan's only 23. If Simone's done, Simone's 27. If she's done, I wonder if they stay just because they bump up. Mm-hmm. Because Simone is so above everyone else in her skills and like the way that she does everything that like you're basically like when you go to the Olympics, you're like, all right, I have a 1 in 3 chance of medaling. Like there's 3 medals that I can choose. Like if Simone's in the picture, it's like I have a 1 in 2. Like, because she's got one of them. Yeah. So increases their odds a bit. So I'm very curious if they go back. Hesley, queen. She's just getting started though.
She's a little baby.
She's just a little 16-year-old baby. I really hope we see her again. She was just so sweet, and she got what she needed to do during the all around. But that's all that we saw her. But and then she just was a great teammate, and she just cheered everyone on. Yeah. So I hope she's definitely not done, but I hope we get to see her again. And I know last Olympics there was a girl on the Olympic team who wasn't even in the Olympic trials for this year. So I just hope that doesn't happen with Hesley. I would love to see her keep at it.
We'll see.
And then I think Jade's done, in my opinion. Jade Carey. I think she had a rough Olympics. She was sick.
Yeah.
Wasn't doing too
hot. Still medaled though.
Did still medal. Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's an interview and it was like, what's the one thing? And she's like, I just need to go out there, and I think it was a vault. She's like, I just need to do my vault, and that was it. If I could just get my vault done, I was good. And she's like, and that's what I did.
And that's what I did.
So that was great. And then, oh yeah, we have to talk about this. So
we don't have to, but it's kind of silly.
It is silly. Basically, Michaela.
So as we've been talking about for 8,000 episodes by now.
Because she's just so she drama.
Can't let it go. Michaela Skinner who we all know and love.
Do we?
No. She has asked Simone Biles to stop bullying her. And she was like, tell your fans, like, you're the only one who can stop this. It's not funny anymore.
I would love to see Simone's face. Just remember, like, girl,
Yeah.
literally, like, irrelevant. Goodbye. You're done.
Literally.
Like, yeah, she's got to go. She got to go. You're blocked. Move on. Next.
Get out. All right. That's gymnastics wrapped up.
That's gymnastics wrapped up.
All right. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. So now we're on to U.S. soccer, as we know and love.
Sav's favorite.
They will be playing for the gold medal against Brazil, actually tomorrow. So by the time this goes out, they have either won gold or got silver.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, not mad about it.
No,
they're going to be playing Brazil, like I said. They're playing against the Brazilian legend Marta, who has played in 6 Olympics, but has never, ever, ever won gold.
Interesting.
So, as a soccer fan, I'm excited because there's potential for the United States to win gold. I'm also excited for a chance that in Marta's last tournament professionally for Brazil, she might win a gold medal. And that's kind of like what you want. That's what Christine Sinclair did. Yeah. Even though she went to the World Cup and they didn't win. But that's what Christine Sinclair did, who did from Canada. So either way, will be exciting to watch for sure. I will probably be unbelievably stressed. I'm actually driving up to Vermont for a wedding this coming weekend. And my girlfriend and I are going up early so we can find a bar and watch the game because I'm not missing it.
No, I expect nothing less out of you guys.
I'm not missing it. No. And then I'm going to be stressed at the bar.
Of course.
This is the first time the U.S. Women's National Team is playing for a gold medal since London in 2012 when they beat Japan, I believe.
You should know this. You're the
I
fanatic.
should know this. I think it was Japan, and Carly Lloyd scored twice, so they won 2-0. And the U.S. Women's Soccer Team win over Germany, which was their semifinal game, averaged 4.3 million viewers, topping every soccer match, men's and women's. Thank you for that. I didn't even think about it. For men's or women's game in the past 2 Olympics, which was a very good game. Germany also, as we talk about them, they just won bronze today over Spain, 1-0. Shout out to their goalie because she's the only freaking reason that they won bronze.
Yeah,
because she saved a PK in the 97th minute, the last minute of stoppage time, saved a PK, or else it would have been 1-1.
Crazy.
And Spain is supposed to be the best team in the world. They won the World Cup. They're ranked number 1 by FIFA, but Germany got the best of them. They got bronze.
Germany said, next.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's your little soccer thing. Everybody watch the game. It's your homework. If you're a Game Changers fan, you better be watching the U.S. Women's National Team.
Period.
Do your homework. I'm checking it at the start of next class.
I was just about to say, at the next class.
Start of next class, I'm checking your homework. Now we got track.
Oh, my God.
Let's talk about
Who would have thought? Me.
No, track has been the most exciting, I think, to watch in all the Olympics. Like, swimming's exciting because they go so fast, but, track is, a different beast.
No, I still like gymnastics more than track.
Okay.
But I will say, Tara Davis Woodhull.
Love.
The freaking, Texas queen. Not only is she stunning, not only is she a badass, the content her and then just how supportive her husband Hunter is, who's a Paralympian, who's done Rio, Tokyo, and is qualified for Paris. So now I just can't wait to watch her support him. But he has been so sweet. All of his content, he's like, babe, you're an Olympic champion. Take it into. And did you watch that video? He was like, you're an Olympic champion. I love you. I'm so proud of you. He's like, go see your coach. Go see dad and mom. And I was like, oh my God, he's he gets it. He just gets it. It's just so amazing.
While we talk about him, though, shout out to all of the boyfriends and husbands of all of these women, Sydney McLaughlin, Lavroni's husband. Did you see him talking about her? How she's
he was like, she's just a superwoman. I was like, damn straight.
Dansby Swanson talking about Mallory Swanson, being like, yeah, every time I watch her, she cries. I cry. I'm so proud of her. I was like, damn. And then I saw one today of Sophia Smith's fiance. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he plays for the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
And they did like a press conference and they like were asking him questions about her. And he was like, well, you know, she's she won an NCAA championship. She was the NCAA MVP. She scored 50 goals in her first season in the NWSL. She was the first overall pick in the NWSL. She was the first player born in like 2000 to be on the senior team. Like listing all of her accomplishments. I was like
literally just
goddamn listing them off.
That's like Sugars. What was I gonna say? Oh, not to go back to gymnastics, but like Jonathan Owens,
Writing down everybody's score.
Keeping score and sending Simone little messages being like, all right, you guys are looking good so far. Like, just like sending her updates is so freaking cute.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah.
Shout out to the men. Back to women.
Back to us. Tara Davis, I just mean, come on. Like, she's just amazing.
Yeah.
Sydney McLaughlin Lavroni.
I love her. I want to be her when I grow up. If I could do my life over again, I'm running track.
She is okay. Gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Like, holy crap. Like, fangirl.
Mm-hmm.
Fangirl, how pretty. And like I saw she did a Today Show interview, and I guess her favorite thing to eat is gummy bears. Me too. And they like got her a big plate of like big bowl of gummy bears, and they're like, have them. She put one in her mouth. She was like, I love this, but I have another race. And I was like, okay, discipline queen.
Yeah, discipline.
Like, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd be like,
no, and then the thing, like the best way to kind of compare how dominant Sydney McLaughlin Lavroni is.
No, what hurdles? What hurdles are left? What hurdles are left?
She has had the last 5 or 6 world records for the 400. Is it 400? 200? Some hurdle.
Mm-hmm.
And she has broken all of her own records. It's like she's the Katie Ledecky of track, even though Katie Ledecky has like 20 of them, but that's not relevant or important. But
we'll get to her in a minute.
She was like, I could always do better. Girl, you ran like a lap in 50 seconds.
Yeah, it's absurd. I loved watching her race though the other night. She's hauling it and she just keeps the straightest face. And then as
she doesn't even look stressed.
She looks calm, cool, collected. You name
sweating.
It. And she finishes it and she looks to her left after she like leans forward and hits the line, and it's her time and it's blinking world record. And she lets out a smile finally. Like she lets out like and I think she said like out loud, like, thank God, thank God, thank God. She's very, very passionate about like her faith and everything, which is so good for her. And like that's the first thing that she said. And I'm like, me personally, I'm dead. Screaming, jumping, dying, all the above.
If I ran any event, I would just be laying on the track. I'd be laying on the track. They'd have to come pick me up.
Yeah.
I also love that they gave her a little crown, her husband, or somebody gave her a little crown, put it on her head.
Well, I love the video of her husband trying to put it on, and if you literally, I have to send it to you because it's so funny. He puts it on, but he doesn't. Everyone knows that a thing has a thing that has to go like in through the hair.
Like spikes.
It has to go in, and he was just putting it on, and then the friend literally like put your hand out as you put your hands out.
Sorry.
He goes like this to him, and then takes it and puts it on because he was like, "You're not doing it right. You need to make sure her hair looks good." And I was like, "That's a real girl.
That's a real friend.
It is a real girl's girl right there."
All right. Moving along on track, we also, today this happened. Mm-hmm. The women's 4x100 meter wins the gold medal. The relay was Sha'Carri Richardson, Gabby Thomas, Melissa Jefferson, and Twanisha Terry. So shout out to them. Sha'Carri finally gets her gold.
She does.
Because I will say, as happy I was for Julian Alfred to win the 100 meter, first ever gold medal for St. Lucia. Mm-hmm. Happy for her. I want Sha'Carri's get back. I want her to have the gold, and now she does. So happy about that.
Did you see the whole thing that like she was like had to walk like?
Okay, she like couldn't warm up or something.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I saw that, and I don't know why people aren't talking about it more. Or maybe I'm just like on the wrong.
No, yeah, it was definitely. I definitely saw that, and I was kind of like, yeah, weird. Don't you know who she is, Loki? And don't you know that like everybody who's training for you should know who the athletes are and they should have access to practice and warming up.
Mm-hmm. No, I hear you.
But
just really quick about Gabby Thomas.
Yeah, we're jumping.
Okay, Gabby Thomas. My exact notes are Gabby Thomas. Smart, athletic as fuck. Her reaction to winning had me almost in tears because she was shocked. Yes. She landslided these bitches by seconds, which is huge in track. And then she's like, oh my God. I'm like, girl,
Yeah,
you had that in the bag.
Literally. I keep seeing things about people being like, yeah, track is just her side hustle.
No, literally, it's like her side quest that she's like, I think I'll just run today.
Yeah.
Because she's so fucking smart.
Yeah, went to Harvard. She got her degree or her master's in like epidemiology. She like studies and works in like a hospital or a medical center. And she runs track and wins medals.
Talk about a girl that do it all.
Truly.
Like, come on. Insane.
And then in the field part of track and field, Katie Moon, who won gold in Tokyo, won silver and the pole vault. And Valerie Ullman, who she's the first ever U.S. discus thrower to win back-to-back-to-back gold.
Oh, sick.
I think I got that right. I think it's back-to-back-to-back.
That sounded good.
If it's not right, at least it came out of my mouth sounding good.
Yeah, shit, you fooled me. Okay, moving on up. Basketball.
Now we got b-ball.
Play basketball. I'm the best on the team. You know that video?
No, but that made me laugh.
Oh.
3x3
wins bronze.
Yeah, shout out to 3x3. Good for them.
Regular basketball.
After, sorry to interrupt you. After, making me
fine.
real nervous because they were down. They hadn't won. They lost 3 straight, and then they started winning, and then somehow, some way, one thing leads to another, and now they have the bronze medal.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Muy.
Woo woo woo.
Regular basketball onto gold medal game after beating Australia 85-64.
Yes, that also happened today. So this has got to be like the 1,000,000th gold medal game for Team USA. I feel like because they've been so dominant for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not stressed. Are you stressed?
Not about this.
No.
No.
Wait, you already finished your juice?
Oh, roll the clip. That was at like the 11th minute mark. Like I'm being dead ass.
I gotta
Catch up. Poland beats Brazil 3-2 in the semis. Cool beans. That's what this says.
Yes.
Volleyball.
USA volleyball will play. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't read for a minute. They'll play Poland. You're
volleyball playing for gold versus Poland, and then beat Brazil 3-2. Well, I just worded that wrong. That was me.
It's all right.
Beat Brazil 3-2 in the semis. Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
We're cruising.
Now we got other sports. Just kind of miscellaneous roundup here. USA water polo. Let's talk about that for a minute.
See, my issue is I feel like I would be good at water polo.
No.
Okay.
Do you know how hard it is to play water polo? It's gotta be so hard.
What gets me is they do the egg beater to tread.
The egg beater?
That's a legit thing.
That's what they call it? You don't just call it like kicking your legs?
No, that would be this. Like little fins. They do it like think of like what you beat like
an egg beater?
Like an egg beater where the things they move in like circular motions like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they have to tread their water.
Oh.
And they're also just chowing people underwater.
Yeah, kicking them. Did you see the clip of Kelly O'Hara has a podcast for the Olympics with what's her freaking name? She has a podcast with somebody. I can't think of her name at the moment. But they were talking about, they were like, why don't they wear goggles? Like, what if water gets in their eyes? And then somebody from USA Water Polo answered, and they were like, if we wore goggles, people would like snap them back. So that's why they don't wear goggles when they play water polo. But USA Water Polo has been unbelievably dominant since the 2004 Olympics. They have always been in the gold medal game. So this is the first time since 2004. They will not be playing for a gold medal because they were beaten by Australia 14-13 in the semis.
Jeez.
So it was an unbelievable upset that Australia pulled off. Good for them, I guess. But they'll be playing for bronze. Hopefully, they get some kind of medal, but it won't be gold.
No. Artistic swimming?
Yeah. What an interesting... We always have the TV on in Kelsey's apartment. Just plays clips all day. Currently, it has artistic swimming, and I can't, look away. I need to watch.
Yeah, I've been glancing up every once in a while. So, USA wins silver in the team's artistic swimming,
Yeah.
which is wild.
Yeah, which, like, I was not a fan before because I didn't know much about it, but I'm a fan now.
Wrestling. Sarah Hildebrand
Yeah, that's
wins gold in the 50 kg weight class.
Yes, so good for her. And then on top of that, another American woman, Amit Elor, won gold in the 68 kilogram weight class. So, a couple
Some
golds.
strong, badass woman.
I don't think I could wrestle. You want to talk about things I can't do? Wrestle. I get crushed. I get squished like a bug.
Squished like
the bug earlier.
That was a spider. That thing was coming for my life.
Yeah, the thing was coming for you.
Oh my god, it was terrifying.
All right, and then we got golf.
Third round news. Tied for first, Lydia Coe of New Zealand. Morgan Metrox.
Yeah.
Is that how you would pronounce it?
Yeah. I got no better guess.
Okay, what's your better guess?
Morgan Metro.
So don't say yeah. There's way fucking off.
I don't know which one's right.
My money's on you. Of Switzerland. And then last Olympics, Nelly Korda, USA, won gold, currently in 10th. The highest US... What are you laughing at now?
That she's in 10th.
Oh.
Come on, Nelly.
Highest USA golfer, Rose Zhang.
Yep, she's in 3rd. So, potential for...
You wrote thirth.
I wrote thirth. 3rd. It was quick. I had to get it in before the show started. I was sitting there on your computer. I almost called it your poots. That's because my girlfriend and I, we make up words for things, and one of the words for a computer is poots.
Why?
I don't know. Because
it's funny.
It's silly. We have other ones. We should have her on the show. We can talk about all the things we talk about. One? Well, she's sitting right here.
What's another good one?
On the spot. Poots is like we use poots like every day.
Like pooter.
Yeah, poots is short for pooter.
Oh, that makes sense. Like computer.
Yeah,
that makes sense. When you just said poots, I was like,
well, poots kind of slipped out. I didn't mean to say poots.
I was like, what?
You know, it slipped out. My bad, everybody. So that's golf.
That's what we have for golf. Next, we're gonna give you a historic.
Oh yeah, listen to this. Listen to this.
Sav decided that she wanted to hit us with a fucking novel.
No, it's not a novel. It is a lecture. Everybody gather around. We're gonna talk about the history of women at the Olympics.
I'll hit it first.
No, well, do you want me to just read it to you like a story?
No.
Once upon a time.
I'll do that.
You'll step up.
In Olympia, once upon a time, in Olympia, where the games originate, married women were banned from watching. All women were banned from participating. If a married woman was caught watching, she would be cast down from Mount.
I'm gonna guess that's Typium,
and into the river flowing below. According to
I would say Pausanias.
I don't know. Greek traveler and geographer.
So we're going all the way back to the ancient times because, as you know, the Olympics started in ancient Greece, and then they kind of died down as the world changed, and then they got brought back to the modern Olympics that we have now. So the original Olympics originate in Olympia.
Wait, this is so sick.
You're skipping ahead. I'm not done talking about what you just said.
Oh.
So the original Olympics started in Olympia, but as we know from history, women weren't allowed to have any fucking fun. So they weren't allowed to go see the Olympics.
That reminds me, one of my kids was smiling during a game, and the ref was like, yellow card. And we're like, for smiling? Go! I was like, brother!
Come on, man.
Women's sports, we can have fun.
Exactly. So, because they were not allowed to do the regular man Olympics, they started their own games, which they called the Heraean Games.
This is what I wanted to read.
Oh, well, I'm reading it. We're just going to have to go back and forth. Unless you want to take over from me from here on out.
No, I'll do the next one.
You sure?
Unmarried women competed in the hernia.
I didn't even finish. That's what I said. Do you want to finish what my bullet point was? And then you're skipping.
This one?
Yeah, I wasn't done. You want me? Do you want to read
No,
it?
but like for real, how is that pronounced?
Harian.
Harian.
That's
not
what I would
hernia.
say. Yeah, what'd you say? Hernia?
I said hernia.
Hernia is like what you do to your back when you get injured.
No, you can get a hernia anywhere, I thought.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I think you can get them in your tummy.
Not the tummy.
No, you can get it there.
I mean, I'm not doubting you.
Why are you laughing at that? Because I said tummy?
Yeah.
Your little belly.
Anyways, it was named after the Greek goddess Hera because in Olympia there was a temple for Hera. And Hera married Zeus, and they had all of these kids who became all the other gods and goddesses.
You just had a little lisp when you said that.
My bad.
It's not that funny.
Alright, we gotta pull it together.
I missed you.
I know.
Okay, back to the unmarried woman.
Yeah, unmarried women.
Unmarried woman competed in the
Harian.
I want to say hernia so bad. What is it?
Harian.
Harian games where they did foot races according to Atlas.
Obscurica.
Thank you. The track was 1/6 of the men's track for the Olympics.
Yeah, so their track was a little bit shorter.
A wee bit.
And
Important to note, in ancient Greece, women were just not discouraged from being physically active or fit. Some areas like Sparta promoted being fit because they thought it would help in childbirth. Women in ancient Greece have been documented to have been riding
chariots. Am I ever going to get to read the notes I put? You just did 2 bullet points in a row.
I'm just like fascinated while reading it. I'm just like,
that's why I was
really good.
I'm like the teacher. This is my lecture. I just want to have a tone. A tone.
Is it my tone?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you.
No.
Martin!
Shut up!
Martin, please.
Martin, it's not about you.
Martin, you couldn't even compete anyways.
Martin, you don't even have thumbs.
Martin's the dog, if you don't remember from a couple episodes ago.
Oh my god.
So yes.
His mommy's not home. That's why he's stressing out. His mommy comes home tonight.
Oh. Don't. It's an NA White Claw, everybody. Don't be alarmed.
Oh no, yeah, 0%. I don't drink.
Well, do you want to just continue because you?
I mean, shit. You don't gotta ask me twice. Okay.
And then I'm doing the next one. Chariots.
Chariots. Swimming, doing gymnastics, etc. Female
competitions.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You okay?
Oh my god.
Martin's barking.
I literally just short circuited. That was terrible.
Martin.
We're also common under the. I have a feeling he might have locked himself in the bathroom. He's been doing that lately. Because he only does this when he stresses out when he's locked in the bathroom.
Great.
Have been documented, riding chariots, swimming, doing gymnastics, etc. Female competitions were also common under the Roman Empire, but still they were banned from the Olympics.
That's enough.
So how did the hernia start?
It's not hernia. So the Harian Games started because the geographer we talked about before, Pausanias, or how you're gonna mess it up. We're gonna have a crackle or something now that you touched it. There are 2 theories that he proposed as to why or how it started. Number 1 is that this woman, whose name was Queen Hippodamia, married this guy named Pelops. And to show her gratitude for her marriage, she created the game to thank and honor Hera. And she selected 16 women to compete in the games. The other theory was that the games were created as a result of tension between Elis and Pisa. So Elis would choose 16 elderly women from each Peloponnesian state, which is just a fancy word of saying southeastern Greece, to weave a robe for Hera every 4 years and run the games to honor her. Would you like the next one?
The winners of the games were given an olive headdress and a portion of the
The cow.
a portion of the cow that was to be sacrificed to Hera. Pausanias also said that statues were made of the victors with their names carved on them, but no one has been able to find these statues. Of course not. There's also not a lot of information on any winners. Many speculate that tons of Spartan women won due to Sparta's proximity to Olympia. The only victor ever talked about is a woman named Clorius, but that is rooted in mythology as she is supposed to be a granddaughter of Zeus, of course. Others recognize a woman named Cyniska, maybe? Cyniska, who entered her horses into a chariot race and is the first recorded woman to win at Olympia. So some historians are skeptical that the Heraean Games even occurred. Many think the lack of documentation is due to women being viewed lower in society, which caused people to see it as insignificant.
Yeah, so that's what the theory is on what women did in ancient times. Obviously, because there is no real record of it, not a lot of people think it really ever happened. Because as with a lot of ancient Greek things, there's a lot of mythology and things that aren't necessarily true. I guess it just depends on how you choose to look at it. But there is like evidence that the women and the people from Sparta were just like very fit and like ready to go to war at any moment. So
interesting.
Wouldn't be shocked if it was just like a bunch of random Spartan people, like other people have said. But that's how it was way back when in the ancient days. Now we get to the modern Olympics. So if you don't know, the modern Olympics were first proposed by a man named Pierre de Coubertin, and he is considered to be like the father of the modern Olympics. He proposed them in 1894, and the first ever modern Olympics were Athens in 1896.
1986.
No, I had it backwards. I did it backwards. That's why I had to stop and think. The first Olympics were not in 1986.
I was going to say, what?
No, I had it backwards in our notes. I was writing quick. So in 1896, the first modern Olympics in Athens. On my boots, yes. And the first Olympics where women could actually compete were the 1900 Olympic Games in Paris.
And Patty?
It's a full circle moment.
It is full circle. So, 1900 Paris Olympics. 22 athletes were female and competed in 5 different sports. Tennis, sailing,
croquet.
I was getting there. Croquet, equestrian, and golf. But their participation wasn't sanctioned.
Which I don't really know kind of what that means in the grand scheme of it all.
I don't either.
But, like, they just got to go, I guess. But maybe they just, like, their wins didn't count. I'm not sure.
So, okay. You get this next part.
Right. So, okay. I have to... Hang on.
All right.
Margaret Abbott, who was an American golfer, is the first recorded female Olympian in American history when she golfed in Paris. Sorry, I had a burp in the middle of my sentence.
Nasty.
Sorry.
In 1920 Olympics in Antwerp, swimming and diving was added for women. 14-year-old
Eileen, maybe, or Aileen
Riggin won gold in diving for USA.
Track and field was then added in 1928 when the games were in Amsterdam. And then
from 1920 to 1960 in America, there was a decline in female participation in sports. Many colleges and universities cut their female athletic programs.
But as we know, Title IX was passed in 1972. And then in 1991, the IOC required that the Olympic sports included women's events, which increased female participation. And then in the 2012 games in London, there were more women than men on the U.S. Olympic team for the first time in history.
And then today, everything is pretty much equal in terms of men and women's sports. There are only 2 sports in the Olympics that men cannot compete in are rhythmic gymnastics and artistic swimming.
So yeah, every female sport has a male sport equivalent except for artistic swimming and rhythm gymnastics.
Oh, and then the 2024 Paris Olympics, 314 women, and there are 278 men for Team USA.
Yeah.
Damn!
So, there's your history lesson.
Hope y'all took notes. We're going to quiz you
there
next week.
There will be a quiz next week. Please come prepared. You have a whole week to study. So, I don't want to see anybody getting any Fs. I just want A pluses to be handed out. You know what I mean?
A C in that class means you never gotta see it again. You never
That's
heard
good
that
advice.
before?
I had never heard that before.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I just think that's really interesting. I like history, so
Yeah,
I thought it was fun to do. Okay, I thought it was fun to do a little deep dive into the Olympics.
Deep dive is what we're calling that.
Yeah. What else?
No, that was like a deep dive.
Yeah, all the way back to ancient times, man.
That was you yeah.
So
Had
Olympics,
some mythology
some
in there.
Greek mythology, some real history that is actually recorded because we just have to assume what kind of happened back then because nothing's really set in stone. But I like to believe that the women were like, well, fuck you for not letting us sit and watch. We're going to do our own thing.
Yeah. Screw you guys. We're gonna have a better one.
Exactly.
And we're gonna organize it better than you men can.
Exactly.
And that's why they need us.
Mm-hmm.
All
right.
Well, guys, hope you enjoyed that one. That was wicked. That was fun.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Love the Olympics. Love talking about them.
We should maybe do this again next week.
Okay. You want to have 3 weeks of Olympics?
I didn't mean the Olympics. I just meant pod.
Oh, yeah.
We should maybe hang out next week.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm down.
All right, guys.
Well, thank you. Well,
where can they find us?
Yeah, well, first, thank you for watching and listening. You find us on social media, Game Changers ETB, or you can follow me and Kelsey on Instagram, on Twitter, on, wherever else.
All that fun stuff.
Come hang.
We have a good time. Bye,
All right.
guys.
See ya.